And also a member of the NDC. Sounds here, parliamentary aspirant, parliamentary candidate aspirant. Emma this year what ododo constituency or no ewa hase. Eja ya ni ya boy anan memwa kwaba memwa chinso. And I think so. Honorable Adama Sulemana, a member of parliament, this year what time constituency. Honorable. Yamachi Wakwaba.
Mejosimia.
Begins a baby at the day.
Yamia Domboko.
Yamiase.
Dano
Kaze. A brasso said, I was a finance minister, Keno Kuriata, on Metreche, Ghana, IMF, and Shisha in the Muno. And I'm going to add, a message no one change with the animal patch, on a moment chance in Fruho.
You medasi. Meche what you for, Nkama Erica J. And then the birthday.
And they were 105.
So we are arguing say Obekambono. Break bonum sa bebedi me benome. Yes, I need a kind of bonoi.
Mr. Boabier.
Ntimini Erica J me denchia e mao.
Yeah.
Yamo fin shapa.
Yeah.
Na ubisa Ghana ni bia say IMF. Ani ni man say ye pre 3 billion. Abagana na abani so hia sika nti sisika no bade a ne aban peso yo bi obetimi aye nti eno ha no obi anim nanso IMF go beyond that sika no ye chemu maako 6 ye betua no 6 times in 3 years nti odi hye bia ma aban no nti we no eye conditions bia e wo se aban no ediso oye na eduru ha na matua sika we yamaw oye na mehu sa wo ye ne mese ye na matua sika we yamaw enti ne ma na oti bi sa nyina ne se ede na IMF se aban no nye ansa na wayi sika no ede ama aban no eno ana ye bisa because e was a Ghana phone who because enya aban no nko na be ye eye ye dada setena mu no ene ye sesa no.
That's right.
Ye sika semu ene ye sesa no ye nso numu na ye sesa no ye nka ne asemu ye electricity ayetua fuel ayetua ene yesesa no ansa na ayema biska man sabe aban no aje amanfo sika wabobo bosia Africana fo ho bisia no tua nu no ensem aba ho ni nyina gina IMF we so enu nti e wo se wo ka kire Ghana fo ne se IMF na me konti enkokorafo a omo aye omo adwuma wie yentimi ntuo mu sika momo ni nyina IMF enti ne ka kira ban nyina ne say conditionalities ben on IMF akwa na Ghana for no on kan kire ne yehu ne yebekom ansa na emre mfie miensa edi animi atwam if you say mfie miensa no so no etra aban no akwanya Ghana for dia momo aban yi mfie afie edi animi 2024 na Akufo ado aban yi Ghana for mandate de man no na so enu nti mfie mienu a eka ho a eye IMF program no mfie miensa no emu ba ko ye na Akufo ado ne betwa mienu edi anim no Ghana for adaworoma enye ono ne betwa enti o mekire mu na obi ahu ochena se ye do manfoforo o mampanin foforo ba enye sa mampanin na bekire mu se ena mo enra IMF ne ntia enti enei they should come clean to Ghanaians eno na ebisa mo so mo me nkire if you say IMF program no it's over 100-page report. There are a lot of things in it that was a man betray.
But then again, so IMF on running church more they buy press conference I hold media engagements I hold and yes satisfactory in church more the amount for fat or more and just say and that's more program on money Ghana eco.
That be enough. Any day press conference no more na report to Nankasa agreement na nkasa ban IMF no is over 120-page report. Enti a mere press conference cannot detail it. Omo say IMF we ade a ebeye pa ne say deal ni ebeye ne say ye balance of payment ye sika ye nya wo ha ene ne ye nya fira manone nyoma ye kraba ye kambo mu a e de December enti balance of payment a ye sika no ama ye dollar ne CD ratio rate no ekosoro no IMF no ebe solve sa problem no sa balance of payment problem no and na inflation so problem but is ebe solve sa liquidity problem there are a lot of things involved to send here was a taxes bebre na aban de tutu so na onya sika bebre if you say na yenya sika no firi besia mu yetimi kɔ adwama nso na yakɔbɔ besia ene ye ntimi nkɔ enti IMF say se me de sika no bebre wa e was say afi bia woyɛ from 2023 woyɛ 22% of GDP no tax to GDP 2024 echo say 2025 echo say enti sant serious aban be kyerɛ yɛn enti sa aban no e de new income tax law aba or the sustainability act aba wabe passing or parliament sa taxes na pass or parliament nyina no e will linkage with IMF because e will see a increase yankasa a domestic revenue no but aban kan kyerɛ Ghana for aban kan kyerɛ Ghana for say wagye atum with IMF say boso me miensa bia no obeto nkane ya bomu on kan kyerɛ Ghana for enti ECG ebetum Magana for no who say boso bi miensa bia ye betom nkane ya bomu no bia o ye preparation bia on prepare
okay
enti eno no press conference IMF ye no they will just mention to solve inflation problem ne liquidity problems technical terms
okay
but breaking it down
na man for nya ho ntiase but Mr. Michael Niya Boyanan I mean we know to what end e dey na e be free mu aba san kyerɛkyerɛ mu na dom kuma e hwehwɛ de free Ghana ban ho wo Ghana ne IMF hwehwɛ mu no e dey na be free mu aba
well mechia wa tifo na ma chia menu penny honorable Adama
that's right
I'm a chia do for nyina well at the end be free more about what sort of explanation don't come on epe I think say and it is about time say yenya the direction of this nation and bano your fiscal policy and media materials and say nyomo bisane say the budget you present early this year is no longer attainable and say sisemu and sakremu and three kwaya ye be adjust ye ho towards near the IMF ako kano.
That's right.
And what we are expecting is say there would be some mid-year budget na wa church senior and how successful government have been with the IMF program. Semeka by the IMF own program buying IMF Shishano. They are expecting a fiscal deficit of about 15 billion for a period of 3 years, which is averaging around 54 billion dollars, 54 billion cedis every year in terms of fiscal deficits. And share nim say your debt servicing of about 58 billion no so no ye bet chemu at about around 24-26 billion. Now kwaya ye be faswa yes anyama and kosi pay because we had initially we had targeted about 136 billion restructuring of your local debt and to me anko ye successful and we were able to manage about 84 billion which is somewhat a failure. Again, as we speak also no nim external creditors also omo amaye any deal with them and as it stands now Mran can say yen fan kind a media budget upon
but apa hono edi bibia bana edi susan so boni bia bana
well
habibi
one of the major things ye losing in 2022 ne say investor confidence was zero. Na nyama ye ne no eno na say en regaining investor confidence
chairman for benye gidi edi omusika
exactly nenso say ye be call no senior ye kona na then the situation would get worse and worse. And tinia don kuma ebisa say do the right things sir ebema gidi bi aba economy no na investor confidence aba then capital flow comes towards Ghana's economy. And no na me say Don Kumano through the leadership at 247
okay
is
but why not kwan sa investor confidence no beba some of the sancheche mu no ba kwan be so ne be trigger sa confidence no kwan be so
kwan say in all this, you have to be forecasts.
Yeah.
Investors, they are very good at forecasting. Say, Senia Ghana and now baby a Ghana ejinano. Any share omodi atutu ekwamuno. Ochina bino. This is how the economy will perform. Enti maminta misika embeshem. Now, if we cannot see our way clear, as at now, halfway the year, we are not able to see our way clear here. Not a hard dream power. Because you have gone half year, we don't know our achievements so far under the program. Yeah, near the first tranche of Sikano, right? Clearly, no, under the IMF, paragraph 24, yeah, can't hope say, yeah, progressivity of your PAYE income tax triano the bibeba. Naturally, we are looking forward to an increasing progressivity of the individual income tax rates. No, yeah, can say exemptions are yeah what VAT monsono betie free mo and to say certain plants to say generators are brew about 500 kilowatts no taxes any so no are buying the VAT better so until we are expecting those products to go up. Motors are here you see where your factories beyond certain kilowatts no any tax VAT any so no probably they will put the VAT back on those things. And sa nyama nyina will affect our production and the cost of production and we need to see from now why yebefa so manage we nyina no, and you can't keep on taking away from the economy. Say stimulate the economy no so no na properly growth because so far say we will burden the taxpayer. The same taxpayer is overburdened and being overburdened. But
I am a physician Emma ye propel our growth ya wo kan wasem say ye sika sem benyini say ebeboa ma ho ma
IMF program no near the focus of IMF now fiscal adjustment obeye no ebema wanyan ya okakra atumi atuatua debt debt servicing over eno na IMF it is not their business to look for growth for us.
So honorable Adama, it's safe to say Sabre Yusika Semino and Shayen Ghana for Yensem. A Shime for Nsem. It is a Yabaya media budget review, na Yabetre, and no my Yabin simple Bampo Crapo say, Finance Minister Echo Casse, Ebia Behia Sika. Ain't fun to be free about one of the Peninsula Mass RDNC. Be Sacrampo bit messy.
That's mean, say, yeah, economy in some CCR, over since 2022. You call IMF. Staff level agreement no ba no mo twen board level agreement even in this year's budget omo take IMF into consideration omo take nyoma IMF ehwehwe no bi nti omo start because the staff level agreement no chere say munye we in the meantime we into budget approval process na taxes are banded by ye tumu na anu ya ye taxes tumu na nyina ye conditionalities in Libya. And this sorry.
No, Sabran to say you can not Ghana for nim. I am a physician. Now you need
Debbie.
Everybody do my dream. I am a Fintini. Yes,
and no, one will say, Enona minority leader. Chaban say, tell Ghana for say, when you win the way.
That's right.
Because it did not just come out of the blue. And our Sustainability Act.
That's right.
Personal income tax is increasing from around 1% to 5%. And when you adjustment to increase the liquidity situation I want Oman. And IMF na am I in conditions in be na uti na minu eka clearly no we the domestic debt exchange program aban here one of the conditions of IMF because e can ye ntimi ntua ye default ye ɛna IMF nso ba no he doesn't want to give us his money or the sika no man na yɛde kotuaka.
Yeah.
IMF sika no is meant to plug the balance of payment deficit na yɛwɔ no. And so the sika no man na yɛde kotuaka there already there's a big hole. Or the sika no wa ebekwa kotu enti IMF say me pese me hu say me the sika no ma wa omfa kotuaka.
Nti do kan huduma.
The Kanu Juma, Abayo has no money anywhere. So, you which man can say, I cannot make the Metuan Neno. To share mean Tuan and the mean to shada. And a friend of domestic debt exchange program. The simple terms I don't know. And untia, and I am a fire corner, and untia, a man to a canon. The canon so I de one man and so ending. Yes, and also, as we speak now, yeah. The media review budget will have to talk about it. A Kai Diamond on the media. Yeah, found. Because okay, say. Is it the finance minister or say President Nana Hokan say China or the big boy in the room? Look, we are owing almost $11 billion. That's in foreign debt. Out of the 11 billion, I think China they will be around 700 million, okay, or something, or less than 1 billion. Okay,
no 1.9.
1. Yes, very good. 1.9. Billion, yeah. 1.9 billion out of 11. So you can't say China is there. Into commercial institutions are you do a mokano. What are you doing? But who say they can do the commercial institutions, but they can't deal with China because China has a very strict foreign policy. So the Nisi Kanamawa. And until as we speak now, ECG, Oko to say Zimbabwe. Omo airport, Omo electricity company, it's all in the hands of China now. Yeah. And we are falling into that trap now. So we want to be clear in our minds. Yes, we have to be clear in our minds. Say, Ekana yedeno. Ni edi domestic bondholders are nkokrafo nyina wo mu no. Yentimi fa nkoye foreign debt because they must be involved in the exchange program. They must be involved. To send a hana ye no, send a PBA a fire who dey no. And we want to know from media review budgets, you know, what the government is doing about our foreign debt now, we can also pay now. Yeah. Because I know there's such a domestic debt now. Yeah. And it must also appear in the media review budget. Now, my Ghana for who say your conditions are satisfied with the IMF, one of these.
And some media review budget, finance minister, Obetmenya Kwenya say, Obabe Srekwine say, or Fiscal because yet your man penny says Abrea I am a Jumedian answer and share now, but as I said, yeah, Pruna be a cry a bit my Bauda, Drama and Sako Fiscal.
I want no dear what you said. Until he said that, if you say IMF program now, I can start to say the only time you can go and borrow is after the 3-year period.
That's right.
You can't just go and enter. And he own himself. And it's all the cap in arms and it will end to be no, I mean we have been cleared out of the capital market, okay. But for commercial loans in the AG, and they say Busoje, send now 700 million or World Bank.
That's right. It's
700 million or World Bank. I'm not surprised. Say, me country director of World Bank send your way no home petty politician or then no share your mom on some okay kind. I'm not surprised he will go and look for another avenue. But the bottom line is that one of the conditions IMF program no, you must show say we are sustainable enough to go and borrow. Say I was saying who say be a kwako GBC na e kwan we ni na yefa so atua. IMF will not just open the door. If you don't do, I mean the real challenge is in 2024, not even in 2020. Hey, the real challenge is 2020 because this is a government that otimi say sikako Kumau about 20 when we buy election omo be na kese in the general election but IMF program no so restrictive say you can't do things beyond certain measure. It is a money and argument so be that's where we see say IMF program we e be gina mu e be sustainable and enye sustainable. And the bottom line is we are expecting the government to come with the media review budget. Akufo-Addo is capable of everything. And bisian dey meaning say a part of omu DNA. Now so as to whether it's within the remit of agreement on IMF akono, then we have to read the full document, which I have not done. I've not been able to read the full document because it's like 150-page report we need to and intia ye bisa man say they should come clean.
Okay. Michael Brem na yenhwe media budget review no. E de yenhwe animu sa finance minister de beto mrasho bedwafo na anim because look like it or not projects be bria since we e was about to be complete. And Oman governor no so yentimi nka say yakwa IMF nti yentimi nto ato asampu ntunyuma yehim puntu nyuma e betima ma Oman no etimi akona anim. Eti e na wo susu yemu no finance minister no e betimi dia ba beto dwa.
Well, I think say you better me ashwe tentacles no more.
Sure.
I can say already no a buy is expected to raise about $500 million additionally, more like a counterpart funding to Yaji Sise with the budget. And we should expect some additional revenue mobilization tools.
And you have Jeffrey exactly.
Now we should expect financing gaba ye wono so no ankosi ni pepe mo to me enya nia ye pe from the external creditors na and also beha drink kakra because we want to reduce the interest payments from about 58 billion to about 14 billion. Now because of what I have said earlier, there is some failure on the domestic debt restructuring. And any form of failure in the external debt restructuring then we might, instead of getting or the target of a 14 billion in terms of debt servicing, one share around 26-28 billion in terms of debt servicing. And no be higher kakra na no higher then the entire programmer yedi see any so say within a period of 3 years IMF New World Bank ebe about some $15 billion just muscle and yes sir we would have to find another means of financing the budget.
So another means
well, so that means either internally or externally.
Internally,
the problem in terms of the external creditors, say it is between China and the other groups in terms of the IMF and the Paris Club. They almost impressive on China. Say on my debt forgiveness.
On fire can't
on fire cannot be chaying. And China so can say, and they also for cannot be checked. And IMF modi almost see dear no dear interest no from pa and ya say the beche.
That's just all person. Was IMF full far the and IMF say no
our form China dear no. But the risk in all this say most of these debts most of these bilateral debts now Yakoji or China near the BBC actually we collateralize those debts. Well, to say both sides, to say maybe airport, to say port extension, and all that who the CH3. And when there is disagreement, the finality say they will have to take hold of that. Now revenue be a eba womono na omoaji edia service your debt and pay down the principal itself. And see what we expect is that security say well and assurance say well we are on the right track and most of these things will not be crystallized. Say nyama we na the risks we assume no embem. That is what the investor community would want to see. Now, say investor community na within these periods, immediate periods, because we are halfway the year, and your revenue mobilizations say what we projected how far have we been able to achieve them and all those things. So we find ourselves at a crossroad. what I expect and what I did expected was for government to say Yankasano, we will bite part of the bullet. Say your expenditure, no, aside the debt restructuring, no, we would also reduce the other lines in terms of the expenditure. Our compensation line, which is about 40. We are talking about goods and services and all that. Say TB na ama space kakrabi abemu instead of going out there to borrow. In the event, say these programs are a failure, but we have done none of that. So in the worst case scenario, what I expect, say Omubayan, say they would have to announce, say extra measures would have to come in on the local front, and which means, say Omu Diomusabe to me akaka other avenues within the financial sector, no.
To say,
to say insurance companies, Omu Diomusabe kika omu kakra.
Odunsabe kasa say.
Oh, say Uji premiums, Uji say na taxes are utianu yeah. Omube to me introduction of taxes. It was those other places. Atrinsika kakra free those places. We should expect something out of the ordinary. Yeah. Say nyama way and see within the very short period of time we will be forced to touch probably the treasury bills. We will be forced to touch a lot of other places just to make up for Nyayen to me and secure from
okay.
The foreign.
But answer no on what Dama can be say Osroma 2024 because when in Susu 2020 the we always say comedies 2024 the no pa ya batwa feno based on ya hunu ye wokumawu no e ho pa na ye be hunu sikadie sikase ya ankasa betimi din sunsu aso bone e de abre also hunu sana.
Yes, and there is a huge risk in that. And yes, sika omubedi sika omube misappropriating. Yes, is for sika no ko say now be hunu no mo atam e de ye bibi fufuro, right? With the explanations, train sika way na ba na e de akoshe ho. And you should expect the way they are going, say, by all means, they will be responsible with physical discipline. Now, and no see, and 2024 no so no. Who say we have a very tight budget already. Yes, see mumpono, right? Our expenditure no, it's elevated. And yeah, what 2023 no. The real effect of it, a best in 2024, and we are being expected to lower our financing gap in 2024. Until when it comes to 2024, as to whether this government will be that disciplined with fiscal policy, and that is the biggest risk Ghana faces.
But I don't think I'm more honor Mrashebega for more Mrebia, my friend of Fiscal Responsibility Actor, a year COVID brain Mogugumu. He said COVID new you. World Health Organization said Yadia could you work coronavirus on a year global threat view. Meaning says Samara no bet majinaso Ashama Bino Atutun no may you says Anna.
Yeah, I'm say no correct. Na me pese before I make fiscal responsibility act no me pese make IMF program. There are two things IMF program person increase income and reduce expenditure. That's the bottom line. Enti wan kasa no ye mo bo sika na no ebi wa ha na fe sika nyoma ye di sika na ye no yente so. Enti what we are expecting what I'm not expecting in 2024 or from media review here kwa ni say charter jet na president no fano menye sure say obey biom because we have come home, the chicken has come home to roost. I also don't expect
sorry
sikan send menua eka budget lines are fa compensation ho nipa dodo a egu presidency ho no e was say aban no te so send be sikan na yetua because that's the only way to reduce expenditure. and way to reduce expenditure no any coupons are who said that is the challenge. That is the challenge.
So what's the guarantee?
So the president make catcher will say IMF no enya panacea to our say wakasa. Or say IMF deal no enya panacea to our challenges. Now on the last COVID response no. It is coming back to the minu no kano. Say there are other areas that they want to touch. In fact, Kojo Opon Kroma catcher BBC say they don't think say or say I just want to say the right thing that he said. Or can say he said he asked that the biggest challenge to no.
Okay.
I mean, Kojo Ponkroma was stating say IMF program no alone cannot solve the challenge, but there are other programs that they want to bring on board.
Oh.
Yeah, he said it. He told BBC that about
beyond IMF program.
IMF program.
More other program
other thing that they want to bring in order to solve problems at Ewono. Because they know clearly say the 600 million I said just last month we approved May 2nd or May 3rd, May 2nd when Parliament was called. You approved 700 million. But the first tranche IMF thereby is 600 million. So clearly, even though they knew the 600 million was coming, but one who said it was not enough. Because I've been telling you, say, if Waji 136 billion in 7 years, 136 billion dollars in less than 7 years. Now I know where. So it's not about the money, it's about the discipline that we have to be involved. Because of that, Abaya introduced taxes. As we speak now, we're introducing new taxes, baby. It is part of this to increase the income. Sweets, wine, spirits, betting, all taxes are also. And to be all betting, you know. And affects on to your taxes, no. Obetia tax. Obia option snuff. And obetia.
Get to phone.
Obetia. Obia onum spirits. Ya import to aba obetia.
Wow.
And all these things are taxes are banned there because of IMF. And no any the basis of our argument say. Catch any partner or betting company and say. Oman why day. IMF see increasing in revenue. Now you reduce your expenditure. And you dear made the idea to so betting now or betting home. Now me kwaku aban me kwaku adoma ban ne de ne o se me ye no me nye that is the challenge. And you own to me the conditionality because on one kasa no the responsibility also ye no.
Wow. But back to my question, no.
Yes.
Most of the number to my idea, especially with some right from Fiscal Responsibility Act, make my activate the now buying a normal so now one says
who said
you need COVID excuse
Parliament Eyemra the implementation of the Mrano about responsibility. So when implement here you will too so you they bring government on board. I mean to expose government, to tell government say you are not implementing, but you don't have prosecutorial powers. And you bet me can a parliament bet me because Parliament and the Constitution assume we say all the time you get a reasonable and a responsible government. And to say in a situation yeah responsible government who is to prosecute? And there are a lot of things that are wrong. Parliament I can't want some yenim. Unim say minority say they should review more policies or more social interventions policies. They didn't mind. I am if I can't go for oil do and then my whole crata will be say and no ecosi. I am if I can't say they should review it.
That's right.
And the fiscal responsibility even before it was repealed, even before it was relaxed, Abai was always breaking the fiscal responsibility because see
make I said Dr. Cancela to force in Sabreno.
Yes.
Now we just so can say I was here tree buying now so but I'm going
because 5% of you should not spend beyond 5% of GDP. That's the fiscal responsibility. But we went as far as 15% in 2020. There is also a law in Parliament that central government, a Bank of Ghana, so on printing in excess of 5% of the previous revenue, previous revenue. Afi, Abaya printing over 50 billion. It's one of the conditions that IMF they say now they should stop it. They cannot be using central bank in say send your deposit amount advances no.
Yeah.
This is the worst we have ever seen. And it's not like the laws are not there, but we have Adam Gasem no kind. We have a president and we have a government. They care. They have no regard for Emrana Ewo Ghana. No. And Parliament will always bring the issues out. Parliament will always expose government, but eventually we cannot prosecute government.
All right. You know, so now you Tumrika, additional war a year as saying no for more better margin will buy elections. In fact, 2020 much margin, Mazu 20. Yes, Monsamber and Monsanto Santre, Namoncha margin were about to acquire. Do one I no more Casino, almost Omaria Tazo say, Jachi Quasi and Elco, your corn Nancy and now Cherry. But Omo Equesini, Ewo Kumase, Kuma would follow. One better has say. And
a new one.
Yeah, come out for Metana. I say, yeah, apart from TV XYZ, or Metana, I say, and I'm a almost Maria Tasso said, don't be your beer. A year attempting was say, a sefata this year war, I say nothing better than wedding, or Mobabwa, a war campaign, Quasware, I'm a Sadian and see what say north. Yereka Crana for Yer, and no ma, woman susio, when you end this for woman susio, when you design this bit with the Atwaquam, Nam Krim, I am with the Yentiway. Watch it. It's my boy, President Mama. Fiantuata. Isu gana bomu. Isu. Na yinye ni pefese. Ya toa ba ya ma ya president ne Kufuado. Ne Kufuado ti ma be boa yen. Hwe. Na so 2016 yi bi ma ewu Kumasi. Mi biga kwesi mi iska de boa MPP. Kafra. Mi iska de boy. Ne susuan pa say utubiti makasem de ade akire yen na the end of the day which must be said here the president ne Kufuado ye ka chi nyina ne say ensa ye di share nkuno sanwa
Madam Christian Awuni
yes
musini twafo yi mo ya disappointed ana mo de
na dani esu ne benabo omo kan ya koka asase no so mo kogu no maboa campaign MPs mo say mo dey campaign ye fanto mo sreso mo ba je no mabo no se ball anano na ye ne honorable Neil Anteva po ekasa no sa asem no pepepe boss Neil Anteva sa asem no pepepe no kan e de na kire
yo media em say me he papa bi pitch em say Oman Atenase Azuri or say he want Mr. Kwesin Dr. Honorable Kwesin to win because he hates injustice. Now, it was a very profound statement on making here. Near Koso, I send off no, a complete injustice. Now, you know more I send off. Kakra meet him a catcher money say. Me a member of parliament for time. For the last 2.5 years, resources be I was a bank here, a get fund. A social interventions fund, national health insurance fund, and no common fund. Man, Jimmy dear, at the court time. And Missy Chips compound. Na me too, sure. Na me mechanized boho no. A solve problems with her. Sana MP bia or mine bia. Sa sika hold 9 way. What Jenny dear the constituency.
Yeah.
Na momo dear ne dear. Ana Kufuado na ban say. Momo choice no make here no. Omo ntiase. Enti oma holding momo de na for mfie mienu ne fani bibia ni ho a yewura MP no omo de ama no enti kakra wanya de abre ono ane botom sika safo na so asen begina mo anim se monto aba momo omo a oma pam momo mumra hye badwani na oma tete no ama mpuntuo ene mo representation e wo se munya o parliament ya pam no ya san abegina mo anim se monto aba ma no na obi anim se na yegina hoyi aba ye beto o man mu bia se eye pepe perepeye na ye de to aba na there is no way say aban we na Kufuado aba se to aba ma no man fa kuma wu nya example because kuma wu de o mo ka kire yen se John Mama si hospital wo ho